It's Bold Week time, and today we catch up with Sean, Kanan and Annika Noelle, who play Bold and the Beautiful's dad and daughter, Deacon and Hope. Things are going well in their relationship right now, but could it all be about to blow up? There are certainly some surprises in this chat. Enjoy.
You just never know who you're going to run into at El Giardino. How are you?
And I happen to have a microphone and cameraman with me. Who thought?
Perfect. Great timing.
I've been waiting for a long time for a break like this.
Man, I'm so happy for you. I mean, to think that someday you would own this place. Just can't believe it.
So, yes, we're in Il Giardino, which, of course, Deacon owns now.
Nice.
He's turning his life around a bit, isn't he?
I think so. You know, Deacon used to run a nightclub called The Lair when we first met him when I came on in 2000. So he's got experience with this. And I've always felt, you know, this is a guy who, if he could just find the right thing to do, you know, kind of find his niche, he could do really well. And hopefully this is going to be it.
Stay out of prison and that sort of thing.
That would be a plus, too.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
If you and this woman have something, maybe give it a shot. With the right person, a new relationship could be a good influence on you.
He does seem a little lovelorn. Would I be correct in describing he's watching the gobsmacking development that Sheila is now with Bill with a little sadness?
Yeah, you know, the thing about doing soap operas is that you never know what's coming down the pike as far as the scripts. And as the actors, that's our obligation, is to play it and make it real. I mean, I never would have anticipated Deacon and Sheila falling in love. They started out as these two sort of unlikely, you know, compatriots, and they get stuck in this small apartment. And I think I told you last time, you know, there's two things that happen when you get stuck in a small space like that. One of them is you kill each other. The other you can figure out. So, you know,
the other.
It was the other, exactly. But through all their, you know, mutual insanity, I think they've formed a really intense bond. And you know, it's usually how it happens with guys, right? It's, you know, it's after the woman leaves that it sneaks up on him and he's like, God, I really care about her.
Yeah, I actually should not have let her go. But also you and Kimberlyn have that great chemistry. You know, it was funny too, you know?
I adore working with Kimberlyn. She's a terrific actress. And, you know, for me, I'm always trying to insert the funny.
Quite a feat. Well, if anyone knows about feet, it's you.
You stand-up comedy.
I do, yeah.
That's incredible. And what, literally in the clubs here in LA?
No, I do it on the street. I just I hold a cup out and just you know,
random people.
I hold a cup out and ask for nickels.
No, that's amazing. Well, so what came first out of all of this?
So I just headlined at the Atlantic City Comedy Club a couple weeks ago, and what's ironic about that is when I was 15, some friends and I appropriated my parents' car. And
Borrowed without permission.
We drove to Atlantic City, and there was a talent show on the boardwalk. And I said, I'm going to get up and try doing some version of stand-up. And it was funny that 40-some years later, I was actually allowed to perform inside the hotel. And, you know, I love stand-up.
For money.
For money, right. They actually paid me. So, you know, when my wife and I have a little tiff, and she goes, you're not funny. And I'm like, really? Who else in this room gets paid to be funny? Because I do.
In most places in the world, if you roll around in bed naked with a stranger for money, you're a prostitute. But if you do it on network television in the afternoon, baby, you're a soap star.
The other thing is your Deacon's relationship with his daughter Hope is coming along leaps and bounds, and she's really proud of him for buying the restaurant and all the rest of it. But if she ever found out about you and Sheila, how do you think things would go?
Probably wouldn't go so well, I'm guessing.
I have really enjoyed getting to explore this facet of Hope with her relationship with her dad, because it hasn't always been smooth sailing. It's been tumultuous, and I think she's someone who holds her virtues and her morals very close to her heart. And to have a father who has maybe tripped and fell on his face a few too many times, sometimes that can be hard for her to reconcile. But I think it's great because he brings out this other side to her and challenges her. And ultimately, at the end of the day, she just wants to be loved by her dad. And she wants to have that consistent, stable father figure. And to see him actually achieving what he said he would do, which was prove all the naysayers wrong and that he was going to make better of himself, I think that's great. However, unbeknownst to Hope, there's some other stuff going on behind closed doors. So we'll see if she finds out.
That's what I was going to say, whether all of that would still hold true and whether she'd still have him on this pedestal if she found out. that he'd been shacked up with Sheila in his apartment all this time. How he managed to keep that secret from his daughter is a bit of a mystery.
I know, especially when that strange woman opened a door who looked like she got some, you know, we don't judge here, but, you know, she had some work done.
A little bit of work.
Yeah, so I actually would love to see that fall out, because she has put so much faith and so much trust in her dad and who he says he is becoming, to then have it undermined by that realization and revelation. I think those would be some really fun scenes to play with Sean. I think that would be some really good, juicy stuff.
It's this constant evolution. You think, even as a viewer who's been watching for years, that you can never be surprised, but you always can. And that must be thrilling from an actor's viewpoint.
I think it's thrilling to be thrown the curveballs that you're thrown and to have to make it make sense for your character, and to have ultimately, you don't want your character to flatline. That's the worst case scenario. So you want them to grow, you want them to change, maybe even develop a split personality or have an affair with someone, or, you know, who knows where the windy road will take you. But ultimately, that's the fun of something like this. And Dad?
Daughter?
I know you and Sheila were close at one time, so if she calls, hang up the phone.
Don't worry about me. I know to handle Sheila.
The last time I saw you, we were talking about a book you had out, but you've actually done another one in the meantime?
Yeah, my last book was called Way the Cobra,
Yeah.
and it's an inspirational, motivational book, and the sequel is now out, came out in December, and it's called Welcome to the Kumite, and the catchphrase for the book is conquer your greatest opponent, which of course is you. Gratuitous plug.
Right,
I have 5 kids. Buy a book. Buy 2.
Sean was, of course, in The Karate Kid and Cobra Kai and all the rest.
Like Barnes.
Yes, indeed.
What a great chat.
Oh, thank you. It's fun finding out about all these other aspects of their life. Who did stand-up comedy as well? I mean, it's just incredible. Now, tomorrow, Bold Week finishes with a bang. We'll hear from the one and only Catherine Kelly Lang about Brooke and Taylor dumping Bridge and whether Bold could be heading down under again soon. Shh. Plus, I catch up with the show's supervising producer, Casey Kasperzik, and I have a bone to pick with him. So last time I was here, I left a little souvenir of my visit on the desk behind.
That's right, you did.
A photo of JJ and Ridge. And I just went back to check on it a little while ago, and it seems to have vanished.
This is causing too much controversy. Who's this?
Right.
This woman with?
Oh, I see.
You know, I think Brooke,
jealousy. It was causing jealousy.
I think Brooke threw it out. Actually, is what happened.
So I go hunting for this photo, find out what happens when we go searching for JJ's photo. That's tomorrow on Studio 10.